If you found this video, there's a message here for you today. Let's take a look at your 3-month money prediction. We're going to start off with the Sacred Wealth Code Oracle. What is your wealth code over the next 3 months? All right. We have the Visionary. It says, the world is filled with limitless possibilities. All right, my beautiful soul. So if you're drawn to this reading, this message is for you. If you feel like a master manifester, if you have a vision and an intention for what you want to manifest and create in the next 3 months, there are limitless possibilities available to you. So that's your overall message to start off with. Utilize your visionary capacity to manifest your wildest dreams and plant the seed. Obviously, your wildest dreams can't all come true in the next 3 months, but you can set the tone with your vision and your intention like an archer. All right. So let's dive in deeper. All right, let's use, ready to go, the tarot to take a look at what opportunities for financial growth are available to you in the next 3 months. All right, what opportunities for financial growth are available to you in the next 3 months? Wow. We have the Four of Pentacles. What an appropriate card to start off with. You have the ability to save money. All right. This is the card of holding on to your wealth, saving for a rainy day, making sure that you're not being a spendthrift. Okay. So the next 3 months, you have the ability to build up your savings account, to hold on to wealth. All right. So this is not being overly risky. This is not being overly spendy. All right. Make sure you're budgeting. Make sure you are, if you get a raise or a promotion or you have any extra income, put some aside. All right. So this is having the value of someone who knows that if I want to achieve and accomplish a particular financial goal, I have to take it seriously. And therefore, I can't just be allowing my finances to just go out the window or just allowing any money to go. So I'm getting the sense like even take a look at your subscription services or anything that's on an automatic payment. Is there anything that you can get rid of so that you can take that money and put it in your savings account? All right, let me use the Money Manifestation Oracle deck. What financial growth opportunities are available for you in the next 3 months? We have Healer. It says you are able to provide great comfort and support to those who are on a healing journey, whether their pain is physical, emotional, or spiritual. All right. So have you visioned that you have the desire to bring your healing capacity into the world? All right, that's something to think about. Let me get a money manifestation card again. What opportunities for financial growth are coming into your life in the next 3 months? We have Dependent. It says you can't fully come into your power if you rely on others for financial support. So interesting. I'm getting the sense that this healing and this dependence is healing any dependency on others. And with this visionary card, it's also the sense that you don't have to rely on anybody to reach the destination that you desire. For instance, as a personal story, I used to think that I needed my partner to be as ambitious as me or to have the same goals as me. But along the way, I realized that if I had a partner that I could depend on financially, that would mean that I'm not depending on myself. That would mean that I don't believe that I'm capable of accomplishing my goals all on my own. And I do feel, especially as women, we've been conditioned over the course of, history to believe that we have to rely on a financially astute partner in order to have the house of our dreams, in order to have the lifestyle of our dreams. And that's not necessarily necessarily true. You know, you have the full capacity to be dependent on your vision and what it is that you want. And so sometimes, you know, that dream of having a partner who is rich or has it all is actually doing a disservice to your capacity and your ability to create that wealth for yourself. So don't rely on, you know, a dream for a rich husband to give you the lifestyle that you want, because you are the visionary. So over these next 3 months, you have the ability to heal any issues of codependency where you might desire or rely on another person to feel like you have to reach some sort of financial goal in your life. You have the capacity. So, this building your savings and building your wealth is so that you don't have to rely on anybody else, so that you can be dependent on yourself and your vision for being able to reach your dreams. Okay. Let me get another tarot card. What opportunities for financial growth will arise in the next 3 months? Ooh, beautiful. I love these pentacle cards coming out. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is an opportunity to set the trajectory for what fulfillment feels like. Again, you have the desire, you have the ability to reach all that you truly desire. This reminds me of this visionary card. The Nine of Pentacles is reaching the fulfillment of all the hard work. So there are some of you who may have an opportunity to receive a promotion. There are some of you who are going to be receiving a pay raise or some sort of reward for the work that you've been doing. This could be, you know, if you are into financial planning and saving and investing for the future, you could receive a reward or a return, a positive return on your investment. So essentially, I'm seeing that within the next 3 months, you will be rewarded for all the hard work that you've put up into this point. And you also have the ability to set the tone for your future and what it is that you want to do, what's going to fulfill you moving forward. So you will be rewarded for your work. You will also have the ability to plant seeds for what your next goal is, what would really fulfill you financially. Okay. So again, we have healing any codependency wounds. We have making sure you're saving money and getting rid of anything that's unnecessary, not overly spending. You also have the ability to receive a reward for all the hard work that you've been doing. So that could look like a raise, a promotion, or a positive return on investment. And also moving that target a little farther back so that you can continue to have a vision and set an intention. What's my next financial goal? What's my next dream that I'm working towards fulfilling? All right. Beautiful. I love this energy. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at what action should you take in order to improve your financial situation. All right, what action should you take at this time to improve your financial situation? You have the Six of Cups along with the Ten of Pentacles. So I'm getting the sense that you should start to invest in the long-term goal for your family. So with this, I'm almost getting like life insurance. Some of you should check if your parents have life insurance, because that is an avenue where you could have something coming to you in the future that it comes from the past. You understand? So your parents have the ability to set you up for success in the future with their life insurance policy. And you also have the ability to set yourself up and your family up in the future with a life insurance policy. So that's something that I am thinking that you should consider, is talk to your parents about if your parents are still around, obviously talk to your parents about what financial goals they have for you in the future. Are there any inheritances that they're planning on providing you? Is there a life insurance policy that they're planning on leaving you? However, if you're in your older years, I'm getting the sense that this is something that you should be concerned about. Do you have a life insurance policy in place? Do you have something to pass on to your family or to at least take care of your final expenses. So that's something to look into. Ask your parents about your financial future that they have set up for you, and if that's something that the two of you could start, or the three of you could start planning for now. And if you are in your older years, that's something that you should start thinking about as well if you haven't already. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles, which really just reminds me of that, because this is about the financial legacy that you're building, along with the love and harmony that comes along with a solid, stable family. So I'm getting the sense, start to make sure you have your 401k or whatever investments that you have for the future, especially as younger people. I remember when I was young, I didn't take a 401k seriously. I wanted that extra money in my pocket, but that could be hundreds of thousands of dollars that I would have now if I had set myself up for success when I was younger. So no matter what your age is, really start thinking about what you're investing for the future, for not only your retirement, but your family and the legacy that you want to build and leave behind. We have the Chariot as far as action steps. Take this very seriously. Be determined to overcome your, even like your familial situation, because it's often the case that if you're not born into wealth, then you would most likely just live paycheck to paycheck or continue to live the same kind of lifestyle that your parents lived, and not break free of that financial strain and limitation. So remember this visionary card. It says the world is filled with possibilities. So don't be limited by your familial history and the limiting beliefs about money and what's possible for your resources that you were limited to in your upbringing. Make sure that you have a vision for what kind of legacy that you want to build, that you're not dependent on anybody else to help you build, but that you're fully capable of doing on your own. And with determination, know that no matter what the challenges are, you will be able to persevere towards having a legacy that you are proud of. Okay, so let me get some money manifestation cards. What action should you take to improve your finances? Oh, wow. Okay, so we got a few cards here. Oh, wow. So you got a promotion card. So that definitely reminds me what I said with the 9 of Pentacles. Some of you are going to receive a promotion or a pay raise within the next 3 months, okay? It says elevated earnings come hand in hand with heightened responsibilities. So if you are working and there's a way that you can take on more responsibilities, that may lead to a promotion if you're not expecting or anticipating it. I received solid advice once from a boss that I had at the time. She said, do the job you want, not the job you have. Because I received a promotion and I said to her, it doesn't feel any different because I've been doing this job, I've been doing this work. So I just got promoted into doing something that I've been doing. And that's the reason I got the promotion, because I was doing the job I wanted, not the job I had. So if you don't feel like you're up for a promotion, start to take on the added responsibilities of the job that you would like. And it's possible that will happen for you within the next 3 months. We have empowerment. Okay, these are action steps that you can take. It says, are you ready to fully step into your power and accept all the responsibility that comes with it? All right, this is about, remember, knowing how powerful you are, knowing that you have full capacity to do and be anything that you want without limitation. We have innovate. With the right inspiration, you can bring a novel approach to almost anything. What can you innovate to contribute towards making the world a better place? Which reminds me of this destiny card as well. It says you have a divine destiny to fulfill through your career path. Your work will help elevate the consciousness of the planet, which reminds me of this healing card. So some of you do have the capacity to add more value financially to your life and add value to the world with your healing capacity and your ability to elevate consciousness. So if you want to be a healer, if you feel that's part of your destiny, you have the capacity to do it. Don't ever think that anything is impractical. I never thought that I would be making money doing tarot readings, and here I am today, a professional tarot reader. If you want to heal, if you want to elevate the consciousness and get paid for it, it's possible. Okay, so that's a message for some of you who are interested in that. But essentially, do the job you want, not the job you have. So if you do want to elevate consciousness, then do that. If you do want to be a healer, then do that. As you start to take steps towards the job that you want, then you will be promoted. All right. The universe will promote you into a healer, getting paid well for the work that you are doing, getting rewarded for the work that you are doing in the world. So essentially, practical steps that you could take to enhance your finances in the next 3 months. Make sure you're looking at life insurance policies. What do your parents have? What do you have? Make sure you're investing in your 401k, your savings account. You can look at high yield savings account to make even more money on the money that you're putting away. All right, those are practical steps, as well as, starting to work towards a promotion if that's something that you want, starting to work towards a different career path if that's what you want. Take the steps day by day to get where you want, and you will be promoted by the universe or your employer. So the next question I'm going to ask for you is, what should you be cautious of in your financial decisions over the next 3 months? All right, let's use the money deck. What should you be cautious of in your financial decisions over the next 3 months? Wow. We have self-care and laziness. Okay. So we'll start with the laziness card, because this is something to be aware of, to be cautious of. This says your dreams are so much bigger than your efforts to achieve them. If you want to accomplish great things, you'll have to try harder. All right. So don't be lazy. That reminds me of the Chariot card. And you may not consider yourself lazy, but if you have a vision and an intention, but you don't take every step possible to reach it, then that is laziness. That's not having this determination of the Chariot, knowing that you'll be victorious. And because you know without a doubt that you will be victorious, you're going to persevere beyond all obstacles to the contrary. Anything that would show you like, oh, I'm so tired, it's not possible, I give up. No. All right. You commit. So avoid laziness, or avoid making your dream just a dream and not an intention that you are going to make happen. Now, the other card you have is self-care. It says, if you want to live like royalty, start by treating yourself like royalty. So be cautious of complaining about your financial situation. Be cautious of even not treating yourself. For instance, if you go to the store and you want to buy a nice coat, but it's a little bit pricier than you would want to pay, go ahead and treat yourself, obviously within reason, because you did get that Four of Pentacles. So you don't want to just go on a shopping spree and spend all your money. But what I'm saying is that if you do, like for instance, you want a coat, you have the money for a coat, and you see a nice one, it's a little bit more expensive, treat yourself. That is, if you can spend money without fear, without contracting, then you're telling the universe that you have. I'm abundant. I'm grateful for this money that I'm spending for this beautiful coat. And then when you put it on, feel how beautiful, how warm, how cozy. All right. Enjoy it. Every ounce of that coat. Enjoy it like it was like a crown of jewels. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, it's just make sure you are not depriving yourself in a way that you create more lack in your life by being afraid to spend money on yourself when you deserve it, obviously within reason, because you do want to save money. And again, don't be lazy. All right. Don't just have a dream that's a dream and you don't start to research and have faith and do the intentions. Even if you're vision boarding and setting the intention and starting to do the affirmation work, and you're doing the affirmation work every day, and day by day you're starting to feel more and more like your dream is a reality, that is work. It's spiritual work, it's energetic work, but it's not just sitting on your butt and saying, oh, I wish I had this thing, and never ever doing the work, whether it's energetic or physical. Okay, so don't be lazy. All right, let's take a look at the tarot. What to be cautious of in the next 3 months. We have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is just like this visionary card. Make sure you have a vision for what you want in the next 3 months. What would you like? Put a dollar amount on how much money you would want to save. Do you want to save 2,000, 3,000, 10,000? This is actually having the clarity of specificity. What dollar amount would you like to save at the end of 3 months? What dollar amount raise or promotion would you like in the next 3 months? Use your, what kind of job, like if you could change career paths and become a healer in the next 3 months, what kind of job would you go for in the healing industry? What industry do you want to be in? So essentially, avoid lacking clarity. Make sure you are specific about what you would like to accomplish in the next 3 months with your finances, or a specific career or activity you would like to be doing that generates income. Okay? All right. What to be cautious of in your financial decisions in the next 3 months. All right, we have the Moon card and the Eight of Pentacles. Wow. So the Moon card, I'm getting the sense that it's saying, don't be too hasty or impatient to see the results of your intention or the vision that you set for yourself. Because oftentimes when people have a dream, a goal, or a vision, the angst of wanting it to come and happen and manifest right away can start to sabotage your faith and belief that it's happening now and that it's possible. The moon is about the divine feminine. So remember, I said that even if you're doing energetic work, maybe you don't have a complete vision of what you want for yourself in the next 3 months and beyond. But what you can do is start to work energetically with your subconscious and start to uncover, what do you believe is even possible for you in the next 3 months? Do you have, limiting beliefs, fears of lack, or insecurities that need to be worked through? Okay, that's incredibly important for manifestation, is sitting with, what do I really believe is possible for my life? Do I have fears of lack? Do I have insecurities? Do I feel unworthy of even achieving my dreams? All right, allow that energy to come to the surface so that it can be worked through energetically, so that then you can finally take the steps. The Eight of Pentacles, again, with the something to avoid in your financial decisions. Avoid being lazy. This Eight of Pentacles is doing the hard work every day, whether it's energetic work, your affirmation work, your manifestation work, whatever work is doing, that energetic work is going to set the tone for the physical action steps that you need to take moving forward. Okay, so we have here what to avoid. Don't be lazy. Be willing to do the work. All right, the energetic work of affirming you are worth everything that you truly desire. Allow those fears to come up, because without those fears coming up, you can't manifest anything. You can't be clear and focused. Self-care, take care of yourself. All right, make sure you're prioritizing your needs. Don't deprive yourself of anything because of fear of lack. All right, you really have to know how abundant you truly already are. And when you know that within yourself, Everything that you need is going to come to you in the right time. All right, my beautiful soul, if you are resonating with this reading so far and you want to claim it for yourself, comment a money with wings emoji and like this video now. Again, comment a money with wings emoji and like this video now. All right. So now, beautiful soul, we're going to take a look at how can you attract more abundance into your life. All right, let's start with the money manifestation. How can you attract more abundance into your life in the next 3 months and beyond? All right. Okay. So we have denial. It says, are you refusing to face the reality about some aspect of your financial life? That reminds me of the moon card. How you can attract more abundance is uprooting those fears. Remember what I said? Do you have fears of lack? Are you insecure? Do you feel unworthy or shame in any area of your finances? Are you in denial of that shame or that fear because you haven't even sat with it? That's the moon. Once you start to have a vision, those fears will start to bubble up and they'll say, well, are you even capable of that? I don't think that's possible. So once you set a vision, you better believe that those fears are going to start to come up. So don't push them down or repress them because they will be a barrier to you attracting abundance. All right. So deep shadow work. Are you in denial about any area where you fear lack in your life? If you are, or if you're not even aware of how much fear of lack you haven't confronted those deep-seated issues, then you cannot manifest abundance. You will only manifest more lack. And also we have here research. Before you make your next move, it's important to do some exploratory research so you know all the possible paths you can take. Let me get the tarot card to explore what you should be researching. All right. What should you research at this time to attract more abundance in your life in the next 3 months? Oh, wow. We have the devil. Okay. All right. This is about shadow work. You should definitely be researching shadow work and how to uproot limiting beliefs of lack that create deep-seated issues of insecurity. The devil card is when you are addicted to anything that prevents you from reaching your highest potential in life. And fear can be an addiction, whether we know it or not. So this really reminds me of this denial card. Do you have fear about money anywhere inside of you? If you do, it's going to limit your capacity to manifest. No matter how much vision you have, no matter how much work or effort you do, if you are afraid, if you feel insecure, that devil is going to creep up and be a barrier, a blockage from abundance and manifesting what you are truly capable of. So what you should be researching is what you might be in denial of, that fear of insecurity, that lack, which reminds me of the moon card. So over the next 3 months, if you haven't done shadow work, if you haven't, because the law of attraction is not surface level. It's not just whatever I think about, I'm going to receive, I'm going to manifest it just by pasting some pictures. No, it's what I truly believe deep down. That's the moon card. And you don't really know all of the programming that's been instilled in you until you start to flip to a new channel. And all that old programming is going to start to make some noise and say, why are you on this other channel? This is everything that you've been taught. This is what you're capable of. So it's really time to research shadow work. What is the limitations to manifestation if you don't overcome those limiting beliefs and those fears? All right. Okay, let me get another card to answer this question. How can you attract abundance into your life in the next 3 months? Wow. Okay. We have the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is about not knowing where to go, about being blinded by the unknown, but it's also about needing to trust your intuition. How you can attract abundance is you don't have to know the how, all right? You just have to know and have faith in where you're going. So when you're blindfolded by life and you say, well, I could go do this and I could go do this, but how am I going to get there? And when is it going to happen? All of those questions would prevent you from moving forward and taking the steps and being frozen in place. So when you don't know what's next or which step to take, you don't know how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen, you just have to listen to your intuition and keep moving by faith. All right. Faith is a belief that it's already done. And in time, I will move forward and forward to meet up with the reality that's already taken place. All right. How to attract abundance. You don't have to see it with your physical eyes. You have to see it with your intuition. You don't have to know the direction. You have to have faith, and your heart and your intuition will pull you in the right direction. Okay. We have the Empress. How can you attract abundance in your life? Be abundant. All right. Be treat yourself like royalty. All right. Treat yourself like royalty. How would an empress live? How would a queen treat herself? All right. Buy that beautiful coat within reason. Make sure that you know that you are worthy of treating yourself. You are worthy of unlimited abundance. You don't have any limitations on what's possible for your life. All right. Now, the Empress is Venetian energy. This is the energy of Venus, what we value, what we love, what we cherish. So I'm getting the sense that to practice more gratitude. How to attract more abundance is gratitude is the most abundant frequency there is. When you can exist in a state of gratitude, you're literally telling the universe, I have this beautiful thing that I value and I cherish, and I'm so grateful for what I have. And when you are grateful for having, the universe rewards you with more to be grateful for. So with this Empress energy, start to really appreciate more about what you have in your life that you value, because what you appreciate appreciates. Okay, so if you value your car, if you value your house, if you value your job, your partner, your children, whatever you have in your life that is valuable to you, start to really give thanks on a daily basis for it. Cherish it as if it was truly sacred. Just today, I was thinking, wow, I have a dream job. I have my dream job. Wow, I have my committed life partner. I have my soulmate. Wow, I have a nice house. Wow, I have a nice car. I have a beautiful daughter. I was literally doing that today because I'm an ambitious person. I'm a goal oriented person. There's so much that I want to accomplish in my life because I know I'm unlimited. And that forward thinking, that ambitiousness can sometimes cloud me to all the bounty that I have right now. And if I don't appreciate what I have right now, nothing I ever bring into my life is ever going to satisfy me. So the point I'm trying to make is really be grateful for all of the blessings that are in your life now. How many things do you have now that you used to pray for? Okay, remember to give thanks for the things you have today that you used to pray for. And when you appreciate and are truly grateful for everything that you have, that value expands, and the universe is going to bring more into your life to just be completely satisfied by and grateful for. So basically, value yourself, treat yourself like royalty, and make sure you're practicing gratitude for all the things in your life that you value and cherish. Okay? All right, my beautiful soul. Let's just take a final look at what do you need to know to have a beautiful financial situation over the next 3 months. All right, I'm going to get one more sacred wealth code. All right, final sacred. Oh, wow. Wow. It says the mystic. It says, I am spiritually wealthy. Spiritual, sensitive, unconventional, transcendent, intuitive, illuminating, artistic, ingenious, intense, imaginative, innovative, revolutionary, rebellious, and mysterious. Oh my gosh. Wow. So this goes perfectly along with the visionary, and it's saying, I am spiritually wealthy, which makes a lot of sense, especially with that Empress that I was just saying. All right, be spiritually wealthy. You want to have a prosperous financial well being, be spiritually wealthy. Tap into the abundance of the universe. Gratitude makes you spiritually wealthy. So remember to appreciate everything that you value in your life. And I can guarantee, almost guarantee, that more will be added to you when you do that. All right. Let me get a money manifestation. Final messages from the universe to have a financially prosperous 3 months and beyond. It says freedom of time. The freedom to do whatever you want with your time is one of the ultimate benchmarks of an abundant life. You are the master of your schedule. What would it feel like to be free to do whatever you want with your time? That is abundant. Okay? So envision that. Imagine that. Imagine being the master of your own schedule, your own life. All right. Final messages from the universe for financially prosperous 3 months and beyond. Wow. All right. Says inner work. What did I say? Don't be afraid to prioritize your personal growth and spiritual development. Health and wellness are necessary to enjoy an abundant life. And then the next card says you still have some new skills to acquire before you can really advance to the next stage of your career. This reminds me of what I was saying. Do the job you want, not the job you have. So start to take steps, those of you who are working, towards doing the job that you really desire. That way, within 3 months, you can receive a promotion. Okay? I love it. Definitely prioritize spiritual development, shadow work, that inner work, feeling spiritually wealthy, practicing gratitude for everything that you have in your life to be valuable for, to value. All right. And more will be added. All right. Some final messages from the tarot. Final messages for the universe to have a financially prosperous 3 months and beyond. Final advice from the universe. We have the 8 of Cups. All right. If you are dissatisfied in any area of your finances, it's time to let it go. This reminds me of the denial card. Are you refusing to face the reality about some aspect of your financial life? Okay. Are you dissatisfied by your job or the work that you do? Do you wake up miserable? All right. Do you feel just exhausted and drained by working a job that you do not like? Or are you exhausted by being financially destitute? Really, don't be in denial about how you feel. Remember, the world is filled with limitless possibilities. You don't have to work a job that you don't like. You don't have to be in a financial situation that you don't like. You have to have the courage to walk away from it, the courage to believe that something else is possible for you. Okay? Let me get another card. Message from the universe. Wow. Oh my gosh. The 6 of Swords. Some of you are holding on to a situation, a work, a job, a financial destitution that you don't have to be in anymore. Okay. You don't have to be in that situation. The 6 of Swords. Some of you, it's really time to leave a particular job. All right. Obviously, be careful that 4 of Pentacles did suggest saving money. So if you do if you are feeling just fed up and tired, I suggest making sure you have a savings built up so that you can start to move forward in a direction that really calls to you. But don't be in denial if you are unhappy and miserable, because that causes dis-ease, physical dis-ease, and it's not worth it. It's never worth staying in a job because you need to make ends meet. There's another opportunity, a better opportunity. Be willing to leave something painful behind and know that you're worthy of something much better for yourself. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Let me see. Let me get a follow-up card. What is this Three of Pentacles about? Final message from the universe about manifesting financially prosperous 3 months and beyond. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You got the Three of Cups with the Three of Pentacles. Okay? I'm getting the sense that the universe is your silent partner. All right? But also, this could be about finding a like-hearted tribe and a soul community that will help you manifest. I'm actually getting the sense to, if there is like a metaphysical shop or a crystal shop in your area that does meditation classes, I would recommend going to like law of attraction or manifestation or visioning courses at a local metaphysical shop in your area, because you have the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So this is finding your soul tribe who's going to help you build this goal, help you accomplish and achieve this vision. They don't have to necessarily work with you to accomplish it, but they can work with you energetically because you're in a community of individuals who all believe that anything is possible. So I'm reminded of that quote, your network equals your net worth. So if you are surrounded by broken, miserable people, if you are surrounded by people who complain about their job and come home, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I had the worst day, I got to get up and do it all over again. That's a choice. It's a choice to remain in a cage. Like they said, it's not a circle, it's a cage. If you don't feel like your friend group uplifts you, it's a cage. So make sure you're seeking connections with individuals who are working towards the same financial visions that you have for yourself. If you want to be a millionaire, start hanging around millionaires. Start talking to wealthy people. Start hanging around wealthy people. Start learning and researching what they did to reach their goal. So it could work either way. You could seek a spiritual community and learn about manifestation and build a dream in that capacity with other people who also believe that's possible. Or you can start improving your network, getting around people who are in the same spaces that you want to be in, or who have the same amount that you want to have, and start learning and soaking up that energy. All right. All right, my beautiful soul, I do hope that this message resonated with you, gave you a sense of peace and clarity regarding your finances over the next 3 months. If you resonate and you want to claim this message, comment a money with wings emoji and like this video now. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here so you don't miss any future readings. And until the next time I get to read for you, I'm sending you so much peace and love. Bye for now.